Baby, I run to it like you owe me, bring it back. No, it ain't my birthday, but come and make it clap. Oh, let's do it, I'm on tap. And she gon' throw this whack. Shake it, work it, twerk it, come and do it for a man. You just got your...
Shout out to your bitch, man. We just made a move. Shout it, grip it like a Uzi. This suck like a smoothie. Pull up in that muscle, boy, you know I got a flex. Brand new money, brand new bitch. Man, I gotta keep it fresh. Looking like you nickel, boy, I'm booming in your town. Running up the check, watch a boy catch a frown. Push me right around, yellow diamonds like Obama's status. Pull up to my crib and make it hot like Arizona. I don't fuck with niggas, the way don't fuck with niggas. Yes, I'm pro nigga, yes, you throw that back. I don't fuck with niggas, the way don't fuck with niggas. Yeah, I'm pro nigga, yes, you throw that back. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what's going on? What is going on? Hold on, I need some water. Not because I'm tired, I'll explain that in a second, but shout out to you lot, first and foremost. We are back with another one. I always end up almost saying J Main's thing. I need to do my little YouTube thing, because every time I almost end up saying J Main's thing, I'm looking like, what the hell is going on with me? As you can see, this is the first time, there's a couple new things here, you get me? The first time I have my little trim on camera, I can't lie, you get me? I can't lie. Yeah, looking decent, I can't lie. Not, get me, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not like a 10, but like a 8.5, do you know what I'm saying? Like a 8 minimum. I take that, do you know what I'm saying? But nah, shout out to you lot. First and foremost. It's been a little second. Long story short, I basically filmed like a whole episode, a couple or like a week and a half back. Not only did I get ill, but then prior to me getting ill, I was actually, I'm sure you can probably hear it a little bit, but prior to me getting ill, I was trying to download, I was trying to figure out what was going on, because I had some issues with like the audio and trying to figure out what was going on with my account on the service that I use. So long story short, I figured it out. By the time I figured that out, then I'm sitting there and then I got ill. Oh my gosh, alright, we're gonna start podding straight away. First and foremost, right? Listen, I'm not saying everyone has to go and wear face masks, right? But there was a time in my life, and I still do it. There's videos of me. There's one on my screen, you can't see obviously. There's one on my screen right now. There's videos of me with my face mask on, bro. Like, I'm not Mr. Hypochondriac or whatever you want to call it, but broski, like, I'm so confused as to how there was a point when I started wearing face masks that people be looking at me and be asking me like, yo, why are you wearing a face mask? Now, look, I understand that there's a point where the government said you maybe don't have to wear face masks as a mandatory thing, but what happens to our own individual critical thinking? Even if you don't want to wear the face mask, you can't understand. We're not even effing 6 years, or we're almost about to be 6 years off of the biggest global pandemic, I think, arguably of all time. Arguably, at least. Do you know what I'm saying? And people are really sitting there asking me why you would be wearing a face mask in dirty old London, where you walk around and a man wanna and then be grabbing the railings and holding on like on the train, trying to hold on and move and keep. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how can you be asking me that? You think I'm really like desperate for cool points so bad that like people, bro, we gotta stop projecting. We gotta, as a race, as a nation. When I say race, I mean the human race. As a race, as a nation, as a whatever you would call it, we gotta stop projecting, bro. Yeah, just because you think I might be thinking I'm trying to be cool wearing a face mask as somebody who maybe raps or just dresses a certain type of way. But my boy, I don't want no one coughing and spluttering in my face. So I say all that to say, imagine I'm sitting there. This time last week, this won't be accurate. Actually, I might even drop this today, so who knows if I drop this today. This time last week, pretty much, I think an hour afterwards, actually, I'm on the train, fam. There's a person on the train, and when I tell you they're coughing, it's like, I'm not one to get too funny about it, because it's like, look, people cough, natural things happen. Why would you can't police how people move. But also, oh my Lord have mercy, this person, it's literally like, for about 15 minutes. And when I tell you those intervals are literally the amount of times that would take between coughing like splurts, to the point where I was like, why are you at your house? Then I started thinking some more. I'm like, yo, it like capitalism, like the world, like is it this? Like, is it this screwed up that we can't even fathom having to take the day off because we got bills to pay and we got all sorts of stuff to do? Because my thing is like, you are a health risk. I've never seen, and then no face mask, obviously. No face mask, just this, just natural protection. Yeah, as if microphone stance is gonna protect you or protect everyone else from the jump. So there was a point where, like, by the time I got to the end of the journey, I was like, bro, she's gonna make everyone ill. Because I was like, this is actually getting on my nerves. Like, obviously I didn't say nothing or feel too much of a way about it. But lo and behold, the next day, I start to feel a little something. The day afterwards, I feel something even more. And then just when I start going to work, all of a sudden, I'm getting fever. I'm getting all sorts of stuff. So, shout out to you. Cover your blood clot mouths when you're on these train things, bro. And if you ever see me wearing a face mask, don't ever question why I would have that face mask on. That doesn't even make any logical sense. Or like, well, no, it doesn't make any logical sense. I'm about to start providing sense behind other people and being like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe this is why you think I need to stop doing that. It don't make no logical sense. It's okay to be wrong about something. Yeah, I want to wear my face mask. And then why? Because I think this is the second time maybe this year I've been ill. And why? Because people want to cough up and splutter and carry on with themselves. Go wash your damn hands. And if you're that ill, stay in your damn bed, man. Yeah? But then again, we all got bills to pay, so who am I to tell you anything about that? But yeah, so I've been a little bit ill. I think it's a good thing in a certain type of way, because being ill enough that I'm going to try not to cough or make any disgusting sounds during this as well, so just bear with me. Right, but while I was ill, it allowed me to take some time. It allowed me to take some time. I was bedridden and forced to be in bed. But I say that to say, like, I don't know, I was feeling very low before, like low vibrational energy. And put it this way, like, not being able to actually physically get off and move around as much made me really appreciate the fact that I can do that. It's the running joke they say about, like, whenever you get a cold, you appreciate, like, the simple fact of being able to breathe. Like, as an actual normal bodily function. Like, you start to appreciate that a lot more. So it's kind of helped in a way, because while I felt horrible, and I've managed to recover kind of within a week. Recover enough that, you know, I'm not overstimulated enough that I can actually create some content, that I'm not coughing all over the place. So yeah, it's I forgot what I was about to say, but yeah, it's made me feel better about just like being active. So since I've started to feel my body getting back into, like, oh cool, I feel good. Maybe it's kind of stupid, but like I was just doing push-ups at work and stuff. Hit a nice little 140 in the day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just minor. Maybe I shouldn't do that straight away. But I say all that to say, like, it's made me feel active again over these last couple of days. So who knows how long that might extend for, hopefully for the rest of time and eternity. But yeah, today I've definitely gotten up and done some bits. It's just like, well, I have strength. Like, I have strength. And sometimes I think as humans, especially like dealing with the old depression bug and PTSD and all the stuff that I'll talk about on one of these episodes one day, it's very easy to kind of get caught up in that loop and that cycle of just like, oh, this is dead, or this is long, or as my friend keeps saying at work, life is shit. Shout out to Karma. He keeps telling me about that song. Life is shit. Like, as much as you get into that loop of feeling like that, things will remind you. And obviously being bedridden for a while. And when I say bedridden, I use this with the most like a loose it is man flu. Let's be real. Like, I had a fever. I was mashed up, but like, man, I still went to work. Like, I still, you know, I buy my face mask as well. I'm not one of you lot. I don't go to work and just cough and splutter and cough in my hand and then make the whole place ill and everyone. No, man. Cover my thing up and do my thing. Get me. You glove up. Get me. Yeah. I was about to quote a gigs bar, but I'm not even gonna do that. So yeah, it's made me feel a bit better about jumping up and just doing stuff and just actively getting content and making sure that I'm actually active and being alive again. So I am grateful for that. So with that, I'm just taking it day by day, time by time. I also got ill just before I got my trim, or just as I got my trim as well, which kind of annoyed me because it's like, well, that's 3-4 days of no trim activity. Like no, obviously I'm still styling my hair and just making sure it's alright in the yard, but it's like that's about 3-4 days of no trim activity. Get me? Man can't be trying to post photos or man trying to take photos and I got snot in my nose and all type of thing there. You get me? So obviously we move. But yes, I am back. I'm feeling a little bit better. I feel a little bit more revitalized. Obviously check out the EP if you haven't. You should. It's one of the better projects from this year, I think, from rap wise. It kind of leans into the conversation I want to have anyway, because I don't think people appreciate genres or what people do unless it's a hype train in this country, which is kind of unfortunate. So yeah, like the genres and stuff. And it's basically like somebody recently, I've had a lot of people give me good feedback on the project and stuff, but somebody I kind of met semi-recently-ish, I don't really be explaining to people that I make music when I don't want to be, despite what people might think, I don't want to be famous under any. I've realized that, like, I don't. I think I'm end up killing somebody if I'm famous. So I say all that to say, like, I don't really be telling people I just be making music and stuff. Right? If they see it, they see it. Plus, I also help that. I think to a point. I think it has its own detriment, but I think it helps people. Oh, okay. Let me take this in without any further. Do you know what I'm saying? Like whatever. But I don't be telling people that whatever. So long story short, like I think they started listening to it a bit more. They ran through the project post-traumatic sanctimonious death PTSD, which I dropped earlier this year in July. To me, that's still a new project. I don't know about all of you lot, but to me, that's still a new project. Like, whatever. But yeah, he was just really adamant on letting me know about how well put together things are in a certain technical way. Do you know what I'm saying? That I'm not gonna, relay everything that was said because I feel like those were I don't think I know for a fact they wouldn't mind too much. But and they're real supporters as well. Alright, Sean, you see this, shout out if you ever see this, shout out to you. Yeah, and I know you've seen it because I'm not gonna tell you I've shouted you out, but then you'll just come back. I know how you get. So if you ever see this, shout out to you. I appreciate you. You know that. Even if I'm not even gonna get into it, but shout out to you. You know what's up. But yeah, it's I don't know. He just really helped to kind of remind me about the quality of music that I make, how I make it, how much I put into it, and just also, aside from him, I've been doing a bit of, I guess, like healing in a certain type of way from, the PTSD stuff that I've suffered dealing with a lot of narcissists and being around that sort of thing. And I found myself like slowly falling in love with music again. Definitely not definitely not anything else outside of just the music. So once you start talking about business, once you start talking about people's individual bloody lives and stuff, but what I realize is how much I love music again. How much it helps me, how much it calms me down, how much I use it to stim in a certain type of way. When I'm at work and I'm working my hardest, I'm usually at work playing songs and just singing whatever lyrics I can remember, whatever I can, like, I'm just in there just kind of not going too crazy. I'm not the guy who has zero self-awareness, but I'm gonna sing my lyrics. You get me? You know what I'm saying? What was I playing yesterday? Jamie Foxx, come on, get me DJ, won't you play love song? If you need me and I won't make what you really need is a G like me to be. Get me? I'm in there doing all that. Get me? Because it just helps me focus. It helps me not, when I'm not doing those kind of things, I spend too much time sitting and thinking about everything I don't like. And one of my New Year's resolutions, that wasn't my New Year's resolution, that was actually a resolution that I decided like a month or two ago, was that I'm really ultimately just gonna, actually this has been for about a year, but I'd say I'd start actively doing it in a certain type of way. I don't care how no one feels about a lot of stuff no more. Like, I just really don't. I'm training myself really to just not care. Like, and it's so interesting. Like, I've spoken so much less this month, especially being ill, than I have. Yeah, been a lot of months. As you start speaking less, you start realizing how much people create their own environments. That's the best way I can describe it. It really makes people feel uncomfortable that you're comfortable with just being silent and just being okay with that. I've started just like listening more, not because I feel like I need to. Well, I do. We all need to listen. But what I mean by that is not because I feel like I had an issue with like listening or anything like that. But I've started listening more because it's just kind of like, just taking time to just formulate certain things. And I've had elements of life where it's helped to me, but I've never been able to really catch on to that. But this is the first time in my life I felt really good about it, which is just like letting people just feel how they feel about things, and like you can't control everything. Letting people feel how they feel about things, and also just talking less, man. Like really start talking. Like, so there's somebody that I'm not even gonna say it because it's a whole family member, but what I will say is I was sitting around them and I was like, Jesus, like you talk so much. And that's coming from Mr. Fantastic. Anybody of you lot know me will be watching this like, what? You're doing a podcast, all you do is... And if you know me in real life, you know I get hyped, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm real chill, sometimes, which is why people can't gauge it. Which is, I'm not gonna apologize for that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I can get like that. But, like, damn, I was like, bro, like, you people be speaking. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Like, it's allowed me to listen a lot more and just kind of be, like, in tune with a lot more of certain things, I guess, my thoughts. And just taking time, and I think it's helped a little bit just in regards to just, like... It's one of the first stages of my life where I really just don't feel bothered by what people think to a point. Obviously, I don't want to be, you know, some horrible individual, be known as some sort of weirdo or whatever. But like at the same time, it's like I don't really care how people feel. And even today, it's like I've woke up. I've had a couple of conversations, you know, about some of the dynamics with certain people that I've, you know, spoken to, and I just feel a lot calmer about it. There's a lot of times where I really want to drill home the point of like, yo, you do realize that you've done this, or you do realize that like the way you engage in our dynamic is kind of strange. But it's like, I feel like that, but I'm not here to force you to feel like that. Like, I don't say I know I'm right, but it's like I've used enough information to not be like, one, bugging out. It's not like I'm bugging out about anything. And two, to just know what I'm talking about. Like, everyone's going to have their perspective, but I also know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, it's just helped me stay calmer in a lot of situations and just articulate things. It happened at work. People thought I had an issue because I wasn't speaking as much. And when he came in, like, I started talking and I just made it very clear, like, and when they were asking me, I was just like, well, this is what was happening. This doesn't make much sense. And sometimes, you know, unfortunately, I'm just very comfortable not speaking. Maybe you should look at my work because, you know, while they're wondering if I'm speaking, I've done a deep clean of the entire place while I'm ill. Done a deep clean of the entire place, done my job really well. It's like, guys, we got to look at the character things. Do you know what I'm saying? You lot can decide that I have to be the social giant that you lot always want me to be, or we can look at the fact that, all right, maybe I'm not speaking as much as you lot would like me to be, but also I'm doing absolutely everything that needs to be done behind that. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think it's important to just like take time with certain things, and I think being ill and just over like the last month, I have a tendency of rambling and going from one point to another, so I'm gonna wrap this kind of segment up, but at the same time, it's just like, yeah, man, like, just take time and just, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's just helped me think about a lot of things. So I'm not there yet, but it's something I'm gonna be practicing a lot more and just making sure that I can, because it always feels the best when you can calmly articulate something. It also feels good when you punch people sometimes too, but it feels really good when you just are able to articulate something without it. Because I've, you know, when you've dealt with narcissism, when you've dealt with any elements of stuff like that, they're always going to flip whatever you do back onto you. Do you know what I'm saying? So you might be 100% right about something, but let you turn up in a certain type of way, then they're going to feel that to use that as a basis for things that they might have been doing before you even got upset. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, huh? And after a while, you start wondering if you're going crazy. So, yeah, I think it's just helped me. I'm not really making a statement as to what anybody or anything should or shouldn't do, but take time with your brain. But I'm back. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, new project out right now. I also dropped like a little archive tape thing called Kish and Cash, C-A-S. No, C-A-C-H-E, I think. I can't remember how I spell it. Like internet caches. My memory these days is terrible. I'm not even gonna do it. But yeah, that was like a series of songs. And then I also dropped a single with Ori Beloved as well. Shout out to him. I made a great song. He's another one. Shout out to him as well. You know what time it is, because I always mention him. Like, I have a lot of respect for him, because he's somebody who, I'm not going to get into what we talked about personally, but I voiced some concerns about certain things that I had, and he just never got butthurt about it. And that's just like, as grown people, you just be surprised at how many people start getting deflective and like defensive the minute you say, hey, you do realize, look, this is cool, but also maybe this element of something doesn't make that much sense to me, or I'm not understanding the dynamic. All that person ever did was actually just like listen, but then on top of it, it's just actually been very cool since. The energy don't change. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't disrespectful of how it's not like as I never am. I'm never in anybody's DMs on some disrespectful anyone, and no one's ever on that to me, really, because otherwise I would have had more fights. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm very respectful of how I do these things. So, shout out to him, because I really appreciate how much, he's helped and supported and just been active on some of the things that I've been doing. He's an amazing producer. He's a very good artist as well. I think he's still got some growing to do, but I don't know how much he really wants to be an artist as of that, like, in that sense anyway. But his first single, Icon, is one of my, I don't want to say favorite songs, but it was one of my favorite songs I said. But like, it sounds great, man. Like, I probably should put that more in my rotation right now, because I haven't played it in a while, actually. So, yeah, I'll show you the link for that. I'm not going to play too much stuff in these things, because I know that upsets YouTube with the content IDs and stuff. But I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna show it, but he's a very talented guy, man. Very talented guy. And his beats are some of the best beats I've had the pleasure of being around. So like I said, that as a collab, I just think it made sense. There was, we worked on a few different bits, some of the stuff and whatever. So, yeah, shout out to him, man. And the song itself, I think it's a very powerful song. It's called Friends and Enemies. New single that me and him released. It's just some motivational music, man. That's the thing with me, right? So even going to the genre thing, like, I realize with me, I've said this a few times, it's like, I'm really good at most rap genres, do you know what I'm saying? I can do grime very well, I can do drill. I used to be kind of dead at drill, but get me, we locked in now. Hip-hop is probably my forte, which a lot of people would probably assume is grime or some weird stuff like that, but hip-hop is my forte. I can jump on trap beats, I can jump on read, I can jump on any type of beat. But the thing is, it's the old jack of all trades, master of none. Do you know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, it doesn't matter how great I am at these genres. If I don't do it 17 times, then the UK loves like a gimmick or something that they can understand. That's why they love certain niche references to supermarkets and weird shit sometimes, because it's like, oh, I get that. I understand that. I'm in the loop. So, if you're not just a grime MC, then people are like, I don't know what his sound is, because he doesn't just do grime. Someone doesn't just do drill. I'm grilling you right now. But drill. Do you know what I'm saying? I saw a Digga D dropped this tune, Don't Piss Me Off. I suggest you don't piss me off. Big tune as well. Shout out Digga. He's always been one of my favorites. I do think he should let the gunman thing go a little bit. Fam, we've seen you bust your gun on camera, Digga, we've seen you, but I'm not gonna lie, Digga, we've seen you, my guy, bro. I'm not saying to not do your thing. I know, you know what I'm saying, out in these streets, doing what you need to be doing. But my guy, like, put it this way, there's not too many man that you can pull up videos of them on cam with the G in their hand like this, bro, letting it off. And I'm seeing 20 man scatter. Like, there's not too many man you can do that with. So I'm not trying to glorify that stuff, because that stuff ain't really that cool to me. But what I say that to say is, bro, like, just focus on the music. You're so talented, bro. And even when it comes to the music, I think Don't Piss Me Off is a nice mix of everything. And I think he gets it anyway. But it's like, bro, don't try to be too much of a gunman, man. Because I feel like that limits you, man. That boy's talented. He's very talented. And when he's not focused on all the other stuff that comes with this stuff, he's probably one of the better rappers in the country. And as somebody who's come out of drill, that's a very interesting thing to be able to say. Especially when I'm talking about actual rappers, like actual rap, pen to paper, lyrically, technically, not just on some, oh, he makes good songs. I'm talking about actual rappers. He's actually out there, bro. Like him, ads, like some of these men are a bit like, you lot name nines and scraps and all these man all the time, and they are, because that's my point, you see? They're in a box, they just make the rap music, so that's why you lot name them as rappers, but you will never, not never, but you're not gonna see too, unless we're talking about like award shows, charts and stuff, you're not gonna see too many examples of Digga D being mentioned next to a scraps or a nines. People are gonna look at you like, how does that even make sense? When it's like, brother, have you heard some, like, this boy can rap? Like, huh? Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I saw somebody saying that Don't Piss Me Off tune isn't grime. It's hood trap. What What is hood trap? What is that? It's not grime because of what, and it's funny, so I played it in my kitchen, and I said it to the brother, I was like, yeah, it's funny how they're saying, like, this isn't grime. He's like, yeah, fam, this ain't grime. I'm like, why? Because you're used to hearing him on drill? Oh my gosh. Oh man. Brother, if Socks came out and dropped the exact same tune, word for word, bro, is anyone gonna look and go, oh no, this ain't grime though, this is different? I forgot who said it, but like, brother, he's literally saying, don't piss me off. I suggest you don't piss me off. And again, what, don't piss... He's literally quoting from grime. What is it with genres in you lot in this country? What is it? Why does it confuse you lot so much? I don't understand it. So yeah, once you're not in a box, it's hard to do that. So I recognize I have to be very like on just putting certain things out in a particular way. But yeah, definitely check out the project because it's one of those very solid projects. I'm not gonna stop promoting it until whenever, because I realize I need to stop doing that as well. Like, it's just promote until you feel like it, until people listen to it. And the new single, yeah, very powerful single if I do say so myself. I was quite impressed with what I writ, because even that is not a single curse word in that song, and that was something that when I was writing it, I was like, well, I'm writing a bit of a motivational thing. I was like, let me try and make sure I hit a certain angle, and for me to rap that well without curse words, if I do say so myself, the technical patterns, you know what I'm saying? Believe in me because I can make it happen. You believe in you, I guarantee we change the world. There ain't no practice, understand that when I'm speaking there's no capping. Understand that yeah, the realest never die, because that's what's everlasting. My own people's done my own, but still respect people fasting. All the got his message in his music as they blast, as long as we shoot to ourselves that we can never ever hop. Like, there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we working on it. So yeah, definitely go check those out. But yeah, the genres in this country thing is shot. I'm gonna come back and talk about something that I just seen, funny enough. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I said it. Shoot me.
Baby, I run to it like you owe me, bring it back. No, it ain't my birthday, but come and make it clap. Oh, let's do it, I'm on tap. And she gon' throw this whack. Shake it, work it, twerk it, come and do it for a man. You just got your head in, I ain't tryna.
Basically, I woke up this morning and I saw from the UK Underground rap account on Instagram, half shout out to them, because I got some issues with them, but they won't ever put themselves in a circumstance to ever have to relay that. So I'm gonna make that very clear, because I'm done mincing my words and being nice about a lot of stuff. And they made certain promises that they never fulfilled on, and then just tried to act like that didn't happen. And then man just get weird amongst all of that on top of it when I did them a favor for a certain show. And I also want to add as well, like, you man, I don't know what it is about this respect thing, because this even goes into what I was talking about at the beginning sometimes, like when I'm dealing with certain people and having certain conversations. Like, guys, note my character sometimes, because I don't know why you lot play with me. And not that they've played with me, they haven't played with me in any way. But what I will say is I'm very respectful. And I remember at that show that I did a favor at, there was a certain artist that they were working with. And I'll never forget, they didn't have certain things on the DJ slot. And I will never forget, because I remember going outside and laughing to my brethren about it. I'll never forget how my man, the person who was rapping, or the person who was who they were supposed to be doing the set for, I'll never forget how they turned around and spoke to them. They were on some, yo, you man better pull up my thing now, otherwise I'm not doing no type of show. Like, nah, find it. You man are bugging out. You man are... This clout thing is wild. And the reason I say that is not because that person was wrong for saying what they're saying. Shout out to them, they can do what they want. It's that you lot will allow people to talk to you lot and carry on in certain types of ways, but then act like people who have always been respectful to you, aka me, have some sort of issue with you or are weird with you. And it's like, brother, like, if you lot feel like that, like, deal with the people who are in your face badding you lot up, bro. Badding you lot up on some, like, yo, like, you better fight. Like, and that's what I mean. I'm not saying that him saying, yo, or them, should I say, them saying, yo, let me, you know what I'm saying? If this ain't sorted out, I'm not going to perform is a problem. Like, whatever, innit? But I'm talking about the manner, man. I'm talking about the manner. I don't know if you lot get it, but I know where I'm from and I know what I've come from. Do you know what I'm saying? And I know what time it is with certain things. And my point it wasn't super like somebody's about to get punched, but it was on some like, yo, you man pattern up your thing. Like, get it together. And I just found it interesting because I worked with them on a couple of little things and I never spoke to them about that, about anything. And anytime I did after something was supposed to have been edited within 2 weeks and then it ended up taking 2 months to do, you know, I was getting, you know, when I do get frustrated, and even then, not in any disrespectful way, it's like, yo, like, what is going on? You're not taking liberties, bro. Then, man, not talking about they don't, you know, man, I got issues with me. But then you don't let these rappers badge you up in your face because they got clout. Like, you man are cornballs. So, that's not to say that about that conglomerate, the cornballs bit, but a little bit also as well. So I got issues with them, but half shout out to them because they're doing important things and they're doing impressive things. A lot of shows and stuff that they got going on, and they've kind of taken a lane for that because there wasn't a lot of people doing shows at a certain stage. It was just all shows at one point, and then when the government shut all that stuff down, this UK underground, they call UK underground rap on Instagram. I think on TikTok as well. So go and check out their platform and see what they're doing. But yeah, man ain't ever gonna put themselves to have no conversation with a man. But you might, like, I got a real bone. And my thing is, I just hope to see people in person. Not because I'm Mr. Tough Guy and I would like to address anything physically, but I would like to look you in your eye and see what you're gonna tell me when I tell you about the weird stuff that was happening. And like I said, they made a certain promise that whether they realized that they did it or not, they didn't fulfill one. And I had done something for them based on that promise, and then for them to never spin the block back or show man any type of respect in a certain type of way after that, it's kind of iffy to me. Do you know what I'm saying? But shout out to you lot. So go check out their thing, whatever. There's this post that says why the UK underground isn't and cannot be a genre. Like, maybe it's just the way I read it because I'm from South London or whatever, but like I almost read that as like a statement, like it's telling me like this is like it's not it. And I'll put the piece up so you can maybe read it. Definitely go check out the post as well. And check out the guy's website, cadsark magazine.com. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, my bad, broski. But I'll put that in there, or they'll see it on the thing anyway. I think it was very well articulated. I shouldn't say very well articulated. It was well articulated. I think there's a lot of like, I don't want to say buzzwords because none of them are buzzwords, but it's like, when you read like certain contracts sometimes, there's a lot of terms that are being used that's like, they're not spin terms, but it's very like, I'm sure this could have been said a little bit simpler. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think what they're saying is very valid and some very interesting things, but I just think, I don't, put it this way, I don't really get what the, I don't want to say I don't want to get what the point was, but like the whole tone around the post was UK underground music cannot and isn't a genre. Who the fuck said it was a genre? How the fuck could, why does nobody know what fucking genre means? I'm confused. How the what the fuck are we talking about? I thought it was way more clear than the whole argument that we was having with grime and drill about culture and genre. That was a lot more confused. I thought this was super clear. How the fuck can it be a genre? And the reason why I guess I have a slight issue with it is because when you come and drop these articles, these men that come out of nowhere and just drop these articles on some like, this is what it is and this is what it can't be. It's like, bro, what? You're almost creating a narrative. Who said it was a genre? And if they did say it was a genre, I'm sure that was meant to encapsulate the culture side of it. How can you, what does that even mean? How can any form of underground be a genre? I'm confused. Lo-fi is a genre because there are certain elements of musical things that go into it. Just the same with anything else. Hip hop, rap, grime. Like I borderline stand, well not borderline, I kind of stand corrected. I always need to talk about it, but there's a thing at the bottom of this page when you check it. It's about the rap versus grime thing, Skepta and Gigs, and somebody left a comment about it being more culture and how grime is more of a genre that stems from, and I've always understood it stemming from jungle and garage and Jamaican roots and what's it called, like ska music I think or whatever, but like, at the same time, it was a really big paragraph, but basically it kind of went into how the culture and genre thing over and interlap with each other, if that makes sense. And I thought that was mad cool. Do you know what I'm saying? To the point where I was like, raw, like, mate, yeah, alright, cool. I think I'm wrong about that. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm a one to like, but broski, like, I don't understand whoever said, and that's just like, because it's like, bro, what is it with genres in this country? Why do genres confuse people so much? How can UK underground be a genre when you got man that make boom bap, you got man that whatever? It's just more the culture. I'm confused. And then in the same breath, we're still in the same breath of the article, we're talking about like SD Kid and how he kind of, I guess like shakes up the quota of what you would consider an underground artist by, you know, the amount of streams that they're managing to get while keeping a certain aesthetic. And that's my point. The underground is the aesthetic. It's the network. Yes, you might have connotations with the word underground that you might associate with emo or whatever, but again, it could be UK indie, it could be UK alternative, it could be, that's why it's always been these offshoot names. No one's ever tried to call it one specific genre. It's something for journalism. I thought that's always been the case, and to say that that's lazy for journalism is a bit weird to me. It is a bit weird. I don't understand how that's lazy. How is that lazy? We're talking about something that is very malleable and very confusing to define, because even within this, there is no definition or no, okay, so this is maybe what we should refer to. I'm not saying you need to provide that, because I get it. You're just offering kind of like a think piece, but also, what? Like, I would just be confused. Like, I don't get it. So for it to be made as such a statement like that, it just confuses me a bit. And I don't know, genres in this country have always hurt my head, because it's like people can't, either you do one genre and people understand that you do one genre, or you do multiple and then no one knows what the F to do with you at all. Like, do you know how much man that just do primary hip hop and I'm a better lyricist than a lot of those man? Like, I just am, find me about it. Like, it's genres. But I don't know. I found it interesting. I think there's a lot to still gain from that and understanding that. And maybe that is as well, because I'm talking from the perspective of a musician. You forget that there's fans, there's consumers, there's supporters, there's people that consume this and maybe might refer to it as a genre. But I just think the whole statement was just a bit of like, I don't know, it just felt like a bit of a power play, to be honest. It did. Like, maybe I'm bugging out. I know a power play, everyone's going to take these words and, obviously it's not that deep, but I just mean, like, it just felt like a bit of a power play. Like, hey, we've decided this is what it is. Yeah. And it's like, what? Like, who gave you the jurisdiction? What are you talking about? UK Underground Rap's first article was me. They showed me that. This brother. Him. I'm not saying that I have more jurisdiction to decide that than they do. I'm not even saying that. At all. But also, it's just like, I don't know, people start just trying to come out and just be like, whatever. Because everyone hates when I do it. Everyone hates when I don't even be doing it as definitively as that. It's just like, yo, we need better shit. This don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. And niggas be hating. So I don't understand how I can go down there and see this definitive statement of like, it isn't and cannot be a genre. No one ever said it was. What are you talking about? How can, like, what are you talking about? You're telling me SD Kid and CL Brooks is the same genre? Of course not. What are you talking about? Why did you make that so definitively? So shout out to them, man. Just my little think piece on that. But I don't know. I find the genre conversation very interesting in this country, and I just feel like guys like work to expand a little bit more. Artists, in the same breath that people want to act like they're not rappers and that they're artists, you realize that people's art isn't just subject to one genre. Stop being so fucking gimmick based in this country, man. This country loves a good gimmick or a reference that we can immediately understand, and it's just a bit like, blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to them, man. Like I said, obviously, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong in the comments. Tell me whatever. I also still shout out to them as much as I have my little things. Obviously, the other guy in the article, I don't even know him. So shout out to him. I think he was very, maybe it was AI. I don't know. But good article. Good article. And honestly, salute to him though, because I don't want it to seem like I'm being facetious. I can just, again, I'm very comfortable with just, I'm not 16 anymore. I'm very comfortable with feeling one way about something, but also recognizing where somebody's doing something great or whatever. And I don't think the article was bad or wrong or anything. I just question it like, why say it like that? Why did that even need to be specified? I thought it's pretty obvious that it's not a genre. Maybe let's start looking into genres and how we can start, do you know what I'm saying, bracketing them so that people get the appropriate attention that they deserve at times. And we say we need more bloggers for specific genres, so okay, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, indie, like, you know what I'm saying? Like indie, hip hop. Oh, this is a drill underground channel. You don't have to call it underground, but I'm just saying, like, you know, maybe we can figure those types of things out. Maybe I'm totally wrong. What do I bloody know? But yeah, nah, shout out to them, man. And yeah, UK underground rap. Yeah, two things can be right. That's just how I feel about that. Two things can be right. You know, doing good work and stuff like that. But yeah, that was some weird stuff that I never spoke about because I just don't always want to come across as this type of guy. But after a while, you stop caring when people are just gonna do stuff anyway, or just secretly watch the things that you're doing and be slightly strange with things at times anyway. So whatever. But yeah, boundaries are healthy and boundaries are nice. This is what I'm gonna top off with as well. And last thing to say, boundaries are healthy and boundaries are nice. I've mentioned it before. I'll never stop saying it. I seem to get an influx of people that, you know, are very close with me one minute and then the next minute they ignore things I do. I'm not even just talking about content, so I'm playing with stuff. I'm not even talking about content. I'm talking about life stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? I might be busting jokes like that. You just don't have no real personal connection or conversation with stuff, but then randomly decide, you know, they might be going through something, or randomly they decide, oh, I'm gonna hit you up, and it's like, it's just straight back on some like, yo, we're friends from ages ago thing, and it's just like, guys, like, I don't know, man, it's weird. Anybody that I feel like I want to invest in or pay attention to or just be cool with, doesn't mean I'm gonna be all up in their work and knowing what they're doing every 5 seconds. That's not human or possible. But I am going to pay attention to things and just be tapping in and just be checking in. And I don't know, I get a lot of the weird stuff where it's like you won't hear from people for like 9 months. And then when you question, like, not where you've been, just more like, okay, we're going to go straight back into the deep conversations. And it's just kind of like, huh? Like, what? And then it's like, how dare you even question that? It's just like, ugh. Like, for the sake of people in, you know, immediate situations that have just happened, I'm not going to go too much into them because I don't feel that's fair. But at the same time, it is just like, yeah, gang, like, come on, man. Like, let's be a little bit more self-aware about certain things, and let's be a little bit more self-aware about how we move, man. Because like I said, I don't be bothering none of you lot for nothing, man. I might have the odd conversation with you lot here and there, but I don't be forcing or pestering anything. If there's one thing you know about Mr. Fantastic, aka Kish, aka real name insert here, aka Lord Fantastic, is you know that he ain't gonna be chasing you down for nothing. He's not. For better or worse, I need to start doing that more and chasing things down and mentioning things as I've just done. But I'm not going to chase people down. I'm quite respectful of people. I'm not going to chase you down. I'm not going to run down after people. If you think you got something super special going on, I promise you, I'm not running after it. I've never cared that much. All I've ever asked is people to respect boundaries. That is it. So I'm going to put that out there. It's just like a consistent reminder, as I said, like, be self-aware with yourself, guys. And not even just extending, and that might sound like it's like me aiming at, yeah, well, it is like me obviously delivering that to you, but I'm also saying take that and apply it to yourself as well. You know? Like, think about your boundaries. Think about where you go. It's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to do certain things. When I was younger, I used to look at like certain women and certain things around me. I spent a lot of time with women in my life. And it's like I used to look at certain women and certain things around me, and it was just a bit like maybe they're being a bit uppity, and maybe they're being funny, and maybe they're being whatever, like. But it's like you start realizing why people are the way they are, and it's okay to have boundaries. We're not always going to agree with all the boundaries that other people got. Some of them are really stupid. But hey, let me meet a woman tomorrow who only wants to date a man in a, do you know what I'm saying, in a 24 plate Audi or above. That's her boundary. You can question her mindset, I guess, as to why she feels like that. But that's her boundary. And you don't got to learn to either respect that or just say, you know what, I'm not involved with that. Not be trying to still involve yourself with her, but still not respecting and questioning why everything she does or whatever. Like, it don't make no sense, man. It doesn't. There's no reason to be doing that. There's certain circumstances in life that will give you a reason to do that, but there's no reason to be doing that. Just check yourself and move on, man. That's one thing I don't do that I think upsets people. I'm not going to chase you or run you down for nothing. And if I don't understand something, I might express something one time after that. I'm not running you down. I will still be cordial and cool. That's one thing I learned as well. I don't just shut off. I don't just, me and you will never speak again. I'm still going to be cool. But the minute I feel like that boundary is being crossed, where it's talking about something personal, you're asking me about something to do with life, or you're telling me about a bunch of stuff to do with your life. You know, I asked somebody how they were, you know, and as they said to me, I'm aware, like I didn't have to ask, but also they sent me a 5-minute voice note. Then sent me a 4.5-minute voice note, and it's just like, I'm not saying don't send that to me. I'm here for it. But you guys have to respect that from me enough to not just pick and choose when you lot just want to decide, oh, okay. Yeah, either be invested to a point and we're cool like that and we can have those conversations, and then maybe once, you know, in 6 months, I might see you like an Instagram post of mine. Everybody does it. I'm not on socials that much. All these men, and I watch them all on socials. I hate you lot, you know. Oh, I hate you lot. You know how much of you lot do it? And they look at me like I'm bugged out. Because I don't be going, well, this is the last person. Because if I do that, then I'm, you know, then I'm using the old situations. This is why, yeah, you have to remain unbothered. You have to worry about your own square. And you have to just do things when you get the ideas too as well. And that's why, you know what? Episode 4 of this pod is out. And you will see. You're going to get another one sooner than you think. So I'm going to end it right there. Because I ain't even got all the long things to talk about. You get me? We can get this chopped up, edited, and keep the ball rolling. But shout out to each and every one of you lot. And yeah, I want to have some more fun. Anime. Next time I jump on this, I'm going to be talking about some more anime and stuff as well. Because I need to have some more anime conversations and some more fun. But as always, keep on top of your mind. Know that I love you. You're all wonderful people. Yeah, you didn't see that coming, did you? Gangster.
Baby, I run to it like you owe me, bring it back. No, it ain't my birthday, but come and make it clap. Oh, let's do it, I'm on tap. And she gon' throw this whack. Shake it, work it, twerk it, come and do it for a man. You just got your